Hey everyone, have a look at this engine. This is what it's going to look like if you don't do regular oil changes. This one's a bit older, old original injectors. Might even not be the original engine, it's either been removed or it's been replaced. I'm not sure what work's been done really. Maybe it hasn't been. I haven't looked around, have a look at those bolt heads. Yeah, I reckon it might have been. But the main point of this video is just have a look at all that gunge build up on the camshafts, on the back of the cam where the lobes aren't, you know. That is just, I've seen worse, but that's just filthy. Needs more oil changes, bada bing, bada Another boom. Contributing factor, and I'm gonna explain it again, I haven't done this for a long time. We've finally got some old original injectors with some blow-by mess. What's going on here? A lot of people aren't gonna understand this because they haven't seen it before. I'm gonna explain it clearly. Firstly, by saying, if you want maximum information on injectors, blow-by, and how to make your diesel engine last, go and check the injector information playlist here on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, turn the bell on. You don't want to miss this stuff. It's really important. You need to understand. If you want to own diesels, you need to understand them because the people you're taking to get it serviced probably don't. All right, let me explain. Now, I'm going to use some old information. If you go and check out those playlists, is going to be helpful. So there's a combination here of possibly a lack of oil changes, creating this gunge build-up, but this blow-by situation can cause a lot of this also, contributing factor. It could be either, or a combination of both. Now, no amount of, see, there's a big misunderstanding. Some people say, oh, blocked oil pickup, oh, just lots of oil changes, we won't have that problem. Now, with this problem, it doesn't matter if you change your oil every 1,000 kilometers, you'll have this problem. So if you're already gone, you missed the whole point, and if you're still around, you're going to need to be patient. We've got some really old pictures on the wall here. Here we go. There's a blocked oil pickup, fully blocked. That we managed to clean and get the car back on the road, and it seemed okay at the time. I haven't heard anything for years. Last I heard it was still running. Amazing engines. Okay, when you drop your oil, you look through the sump plug like that, and if it looks like that, then that is what you're looking at like that. But if it looks through the hole like that, then that's what you're looking at like that. Now, do you get that? Is it a bit confusing yet? So when it looks like this is a Hilux one, not a Prado. Bit harder to take the sump off. Actually, no, this was a Prado one. Why did I say that? I don't know why I said that. Hang on, I've got to think now, because I don't know, because this is definitely a Prado one. I thought this was a Hilux one. No, this is a Hilux one. How do you know? Because the oil's running down. It's not flat on the bottom of the sump. See, I've got not a bad memory. I just second guessed myself because I knew this was a Prado one because the sump's off. So it was blocked like that. And we clean it through the hole with a series of different brushes and degreaser and get it pretty clean. You don't know how clean it is, but my point is, if that hole, bada bing, bada boom like that hole like that, because we know when they're like that, the engine still survives. A lot of them don't, end up on the side of the road. But if you clean it, it looks like that, that's certainly going to be a lot better than that. So if it was working like that, then that'll work. Got me? All right, so if you've got a Prado, you can drop the sub-assembly off, remove the oil pickup, clean it up. No amount of cleaning needs to be done unless you find you've got blow-by or a blocked oil pickup. That's your blocked oil pickup. Right, are you with me so far? Is it confusing? I know. Go and listen to some videos in the playlist, injector information, EGR information. They're all very old videos, but bada bing, it's still the same info. So I'll tell you what happens here, just quickly. Okay, let's look at an injector that's in a bit better condition. I'll grab one from I'll borrow one from here. This is an injector that looks more like what it should look like when it comes out, right? See, normal, not so normal. This one, almost normal. This one's probably the best looking one there. Filthy, filthy, filthy engine. Okay, you filthy animal. Right, I'm gonna make this one quick as I can. The injectors go in, there's an O-ring there that stops oil coming down. There's oil gallery here, right? Warms and cools the injector, keeps it to temperature, a bit like, you know, everything else in the engine needing tolerant run, you know, temperature for the tolerance it was designed, all that sort of thing, right? Now, there's a seating washer at the bottom. That's what these are. Okay, so they get down in the head and then the injector comes down and it gets clamped down at the top here. And that holds pressure against that seat to make sure it doesn't leak here, because here's your compression. That's your injector into your cylinder. That's your compression, right? So you don't want it leaking there. Now let's get rid of that one because that belongs over there. Back to these ones. What's happened here is, what was this again? 2010, this vehicle is a 2010. These are 2009 manufactured injectors, so the original. It's probably got the original engine in it, actually, as it turns out. I'm still gathering information. It's an ongoing investigation. While we work on the vehicle, we're working out what's happened and what hasn't. The client has checked the oil. He's picked it up cheap. He's taken up the Cape in a few days, actually. This car is going to Cape York in a few days. Can you believe it? And bada bing, it needs to be right. Now, we can't make the whole car right. It's got a 15-year history that we don't know about. We only know what we know. He dropped the oil out because he watches the videos. He's in the automotive industry. He's a manager of an area that he works in, and he watches my videos, and he got himself educated. He dropped the oil. He found the oil pickup blocked, and I think he said he's cleaned it, best he could, like through the hole probably, like what I said in the videos. No worries. It's going to need cleaning again. This is the problem. Once you pull these out and this stuff gets all unsettled, it's going to need cleaning again. This is very high risk, okay? So, bang, he's going to get it back. I would recommend dropping the oil again because that's going to have circulated enough oil. All this stuff's going to end up back at the bottom at the sump, at that oil pickup. It might seem like a waste of oil, but it's going to need another oil change after a bit of driving. And it's risky because it doesn't take much driving before the oil pickup can block again. True story. But it is low chance it's going to happen, but it is a risk, and yes, it has happened to people before. So all the info, see how much? So much info in the video. You just got to check out these other videos. So when that seat leaks, because it's been left there too long, I'm not going to go into the 40,000K thing too much. They're meant to be changed every 40,000 by in Toyota's procedure, checking valve clearances, but we can tell you the valve clearances will be fine. Don't pull the injectors out and risk contamination to the injector inlets here every 40,000 Ks, because the seats don't leak until they've done at least about 200,000 Ks, more or less. Again, I've explained that in more detail in those other videos with all the evidence. You can look for yourself, or you can take my word for it, because this is what I do. When those seats leak at about 200,000 Ks, or at about 300, or about 400, or about 150, it varies, but I'm saying we guarantee if we replace injectors here in the workshop at the Prado Hospital, check out the Prado Hospital Facebook page if you're in Australia, we guarantee our workmanship for 120,000 Ks that they don't leak. Why 120? Well, it's got to end somewhere, and I've never seen them leak less than 120 unless someone's done a bad job. So that's a guarantee of our workmanship. Our workmanship has a lifetime guarantee as well. The guarantee on them not leaking is 120K, but the guarantee on the workmanship, that means if we make a mistake, why should there be a time limit? You don't find out about it for 5 years or 10 years, but, oh, look, you did this, you did that, and we know that was that, then why should there be a time limit on it, right? So that's my point. On warranties, parts, they can't last forever. I think the parts warranty should be fair, but workmanship, there shouldn't be a time limit. Oh, you didn't find it in 12 months, so bad luck. No, that's not a fair system. But anyway, back to this. I'll wrap it up quickly, all right? So that seat leaks. The heat of the compression blows up the injector. It smashes this O-ring. So there's an O-ring there, remember, that stops the oil coming down. Then the oil comes down. That's what's happening here, this stage, right? See, this was like welded in. It's cooked. You got the heat of compression blowing past it, cooking the injector, damaging the injector further. Wrong combustion. I mean, how tough are these engines? No wonder sometimes they might crack a piston, the odd one. You know what I mean? Like, how tough are they? So the injectors are cooked. It's not working right. Blow-by's blowing up past the injector. It's taken out the O-ring. All that oil's leaking down. The blow-by still continues though. So then it's cooking the oil, it's baking the oil, it's going black like that. Next stage, it goes black like this and this. It gets really carboned up. It's sort of bubbling up and pushing it. It's cooked it all, it's carbonized, it's all crusty like this, and it's pushed it right up into this oil gallery here. All I need is a flat blade screwdriver. Assistant, can you grab a tool for me and come over here and scrape some of this gunge just to demonstrate how thick that is. Just like a flat blade or anything. Just scrape some of this mess here, just a little bit, just to demonstrate. Look at that. See how easy that just falls off? Boom. Straight down into the oil gallery, straight down into the sump, straight to that oil pickup. What a bloody awesome video this is, right? If you don't get it by now, you never will. That's enough, thanks. Get back to work. You meant to say, get stuffed, mate. Do some work yourself. That's it. So, at the end of the day, right, bada bing, this is a big problem for vehicles that have just had standard service, and people don't understand because they don't watch my videos. There's not very many people explaining it. or explaining it as clearly as that. So I suggest subscribe, turn the bell on, tell your friends, send them a video, find a better video. I think I've got better videos than this, bit more organized than this, plenty of chit chat, plenty of information, plenty of repeating it in another video like we are now, because a lot of people missed it, and a light bulb moment's come on for a lot of people. This is not just about 1KDs, this can be about 1VDs, this can be about any other make or model brand of diesel you want that's got injector seats like that. They don't all have this situation where they're in the engine covered in oil. So like the 1GD is a later one. It can't have this situation. It's just not possible, which is the good news. It's got a thicker injector seat that tends to last longer is the other thing we've noticed. A bit like the one, I think it's the same as the 200 series, so that's good. So the less chance the 200 series is going to have this issue, but the injectors are still wear and tear items, but we're not talking about that. This is getting injectors, blow by, this sort of thing. So you're cooking the oil, even though you only see this crusty stuff here, you're actually cooking all the engine oil. It's getting cooked. And that could be the reason why this has happened. So it might not be a lack of service. And I stand by what I said. Doesn't matter how many oil changes you do, with this situation, this could be the case. You can change it every 1,000 Ks. This is still going to happen, okay? I don't think you're going to stop that. Changing it every 1,000 Ks. It's so concentrated, the heat here where it's leaking, it just absolutely cooks and then it all gets blocked up in it stays there, and it just, I suppose eventually like this one, it probably all blocks up and then it stops flowing, and that's not good either. And things get blocked up in other places, like maybe cooling the pistons. What do you think? A lot of contributors. Oil changes are key, so's injector maintenance, air filters, cleaning sensors. Get on the videos, there's plenty already there for you to catch up on. I think I've waffled enough. Catch you in the next video.